What's up, guys? Welcome back to Tradingofftilt. I'm writing this video. We're going to be going over the 8-wave count for Bitcoin. And to start out with, as usual, we're going to be going over the macro counts. And the first one is going to be putting a wave 1 here. This is a wave 2. This is a 3 up here. We're in a wave 4, and we've yet to come up for wave 5. So in this count, we're going to be looking for equality between the wave 1 and the wave 5 because this wave 3 is extended. So what we would do is zoom into the wave 1, take a trend-based Fibonacci extension tool, compare the length of wave 1. Then we're going to scroll over to the end of wave 4. Well, we're going to assume the end of wave 4 was put in right here. So in this case, let's drag it to the bottom right here. And this would give us a target to the upside of about 145K for the wave 5. Now, of course, if we do get a triangle or if we come down further, like this, we just have to adjust this pivot to wherever we put in the low. So that's one way we could kind of get a target to the upside for the wave 5. Now, the next count I want to show you guys would be calling this all a WXY as opposed to this being a 1, 2. And in that case, we would put this wave 1, we put this wave 1 all the way up here. This would be a wave 2. And then we're going to come up for a 3, 4, 5. So like I mentioned, this would all be a WXY. Now, I don't like this count as much because this wave X, if we zoom in, it's actually much more impulsive than corrective. So it's kind of hard to fit a zigzag into this wave X or fit a corrective move into this wave X overall. So it makes more sense to call it a wave 1 as an impulse than calling it a wave X. Usually the more simple solution is the better one. So in this case, this wave X could be corrective if we do say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe this is a wave A, this is a wave B of some sort, maybe running flat, A, B, C. This is a wave C of a zigzag. That's a possibility, but it makes more sense, in my opinion, to just say this is a 1, 2. This is a 3, 4, 5. So that's my preferred count as of now, but this is a possibility. This would be the most bullish possibility we could be going off of because that would mean that this wave 3, if this is a normal wave 1, then this wave 3 is more likely going to be extended compared to this wave 1. And the wave 1's already pretty long, so imagine this being extended compared to this wave 1. That would probably bring us up pretty high. You know, you could imagine 500K or so would not be unreasonable to be predicting. So that's the second possibility that I wanted to show you guys on the macro time frame. Now let's zoom into this wave 2 or this wave 4, you know, whatever it is, and let's kind of go into what it could be. So I'm going to hide the macro counts for now. I'm going to actually show you guys the preferred macro count where this is all a 1, 2, 3, 4, just so we could have that on the chart, so we could consider all possibilities, because wave 2s can't be triangles, and we are going to be considering the wave 2, we are going to be considering the triangle as a possibility. So let's zoom into this section, and the first count that I want to be showing you guys today is the WXY, because I think this one actually is starting to become more likely than it was previously. And we get this W wave here. This would be an expanded flat for an ABC. This would be an ABC for the A wave. I'm going to zoom in to show you guys a little bit more detail so you guys could see what I'm looking at. So this would be an ABC for the A wave, ABC for the B wave. This would be a 1, 2, 3 down here, 4, 5 for the C wave, up an expanded flat to complete this wave W. Then we move up off the lows for an ABC zigzag to complete this wave X. And now this wave Y, I am predicting is going to be a double zigzag. However, we could have just put in the zigzag for an ABC. And in the case that this was the low right here, then this could be a wave 1 right here, where we could count up as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a possibility. However, I'm leaning towards a little bit more towards it being a double zigzag, in which case this is either ABC of a lesser degree. So this would be of minute degree. And this could simply be a minor wave A down here. This would be a minor wave B, and we could be coming down for a minor wave C. Actually, this would be WXY because this would be a double zigzag. So this would be ABC for the first zigzag, which we would label as W. This would be a wave X, and then we'd be coming down for a wave Y. And that would all be of minor degree. And this wave X would probably, in that case, be an ABC. And this wave Y may come in the form of, this would be probably a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, wave B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. Now, if we want to get equality between this first zigzag and this second zigzag, assuming this count is correct, then let's delete the brush tool real quick and let's compare the length of this first zigzag with the trend-based fib time tool. So it's not perfect, but we're just kind of giving you, I'm just going to give you guys rough estimates. So the 1-to-1 on log scale would be coming around 22K. Now that's pretty close to this order block right here, around 23 to 24K. So we don't have to come exactly into this 1-to-1. We may find support here a little bit above it. Now below that, that would be 18 to 20K in this order block right here. So those are some targets to be looking out for in the case we do get a double zigzag for a WXY, for this wave Y. So that's the first possibility for the WXY. Now what we could also be looking at is this all being, let's see, this would all be actually ABC as so, where this would all be the first A wave of a zigzag. So this would be 1, 2, I'll zoom in more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave A. This would be wave B, and this would be wave C right here. And then this would be all a double wave W for a double zigzag, as so. This would be wave X here, and we're coming down for the second zigzag, which I'll show you guys how it's going to play out. In this case, this would probably be a minute wave A, this is a minute wave B, and we're coming down for a minute wave C. And that would complete the double zigzag. That would give us a higher target than the previous count that I showed you guys, because we're simply coming down for this minute wave C, and we're already in this minute wave C. So for all we know, this could be a 1, 2, we could be in a 3, 4, and then come down for the 5, like as so. And in that case, we may just be coming down to this region of support down here. We may get a swing failure pattern of these lows. That's not gonna, this count is not gonna give us a very low target. At least it's not gonna give us a target as low as the count that I showed you guys previously. So we could be looking down here, perhaps around maybe 27K in this order block right here, or we get a swing failure pattern of these lows like I mentioned. Those are two possibilities we could be looking at in the case that this count plays out. So that's basically the WXY. To summarize, this would all be, I'm going to delete these all real quick just to kind of go over it with you guys. This could all be A, this is B here, A, B, C into these lows right here, in which case we want to be, waiting for a wave 3 to come rocketing out of here to show us that this is the bottom being put in right here, and this is simply a wave 2 right here. This is a 1, 2. So that's what we're going to be looking for. So this could simply be a minor wave ABC. However, it could also be minor wave ABC. This is a WXY, where first zigzag, wave X, second zigzag. And then lastly, this is ABC here. This would be the wave W down here, as opposed to down here. This would be the wave X, and then we're getting the second zigzag down here. So that's the WXY. Now I'm going to go into the triangle count, which I'm actually starting to consider a little bit more probable at this point. So I'm going to hide the WXY. And for the zigzag, rather for the triangle count, what we're looking at is a running triangle, which would look like this. This would all be a wave A down here, and this would be ending in a leading, or rather an ending diagonal for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would all be a WXY for a zigzag into a triangle for A, B, C, D, E, into a flat for A, B, C, and this would be a 5-wave structure into these lows right here for the wave Y. That would complete this wave A of this triangle. Then we get a zigzag off these lows for an A, B, C. That would complete the wave B. And then we get an A, B, C to complete this wave C, rather this wave C and this wave C. And now what we're going to be looking for in this triangle situation is basically for us to be putting in a wave A up here. This would be a wave B, and now we're going to be coming up for wave C. If we were to get something like that, that would be a pretty long wave C. So that could actually be more indicative of a wave 3 as opposed to wave C, excuse me. If we do get something like this where we come up all the way to this trend line. So perhaps this upper trend line could be adjusted like that, so we could get more symmetry with this wave A if this is an A, B, C, and we'd be looking for the 1-to-1 in the case that this is a zigzag. But to remind you guys, since we got a WXY in the first A wave, you could only get one WXY or one complex correction within a triangle. So we need to get a zigzag in the wave D for it to be a valid triangle. So we should be looking for an A, B, C up into this trend line. We don't exactly know where the trend line is going to be. We could estimate it might be around the 0.786, which is a pretty typical retracement for a wave D, if this is wave B and this is wave D. So that could be around 60. Okay, that's going to be pretty high up. We could also be looking around the golden pocket. That might be a more reasonable target to be looking for around 55K to 56K or 57K. So that's basically what we're going to be looking at for the contracting triangle. Now you guys can see over here, we could also be getting an expanding triangle, in which case if we hide this, we could also be getting an expanding triangle, which looks like this, where this is all an A, this is a B, we're coming down for a C, which could also be a double zigzag, which would look like this. This would be a W, X, Y for an A, B, C. This would be A, B, C. So that's a possibility that we want to be looking for. Now we need to take out these lows right here to get that. So that would have us coming down below these lows of around 28, 29K. Perhaps into this order block right here around 26, 27K. That's a possibility. Now I don't like this count that much, because if we were to zoom out and look at the, give you guys a better perspective, if this is simply a wave 3 and this is all a wave 4, that's going to be taking a very long time to complete. If this is A, B, we're coming up for the C, coming up for the D, which is probably going to take longer than the C. Then we come down for the E, which should take longer than the D. That's going to bring us into 2023 most likely, or at least very late into the year. So compared to this wave 3, that would be a very, very long wave 4, and it's possible, but I don't favor it as much, especially looking at the volume profile. If we go to BTC USD on Bybit, then looking at the volume profile, we get nice decreasing volume, which is very indicative of a contracting triangle as opposed to an expanding triangle. So in that case, if this is a triangle as so, then for a triangle correction, you want to be looking for decreasing volume into the apex of the triangle. So that's kind of what we're getting. So we want to expect, upon coming up for this wave D, we want to get decreasing volume, and then coming down for the wave E, decreasing volume, and only upon the break of the triangle should we get increasing volume. Hey guys, I just wanted to pause the video real quick to mention that we do have a Discord server now. The link is in the description, and it would be great to see you guys on over here to see your guys' Elliott wave counts, your analysis, your price targets, the upside and the downside, and I'm also sharing my analysis over here. So if you guys want to see all that, if you want to participate, that would be great to see you guys on over here to get some more active discussions. And also, I am doing one-on-one coaching now, so if you want to have a session with me, then you can contact me through my email down below in the description, tradingofftilt@gmail.com. And yeah, let's get back in the video. So that's why I'm more so favoring the contracting triangle as opposed to the expanding triangle. Now let's go back to the Bitcoin USD on Coinbase to show you guys some other counts. And the next count I want to be showing you guys today is the flat count, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with. And that would look like this, where this is all an A here. So this would all, let's go back to the 4-hour chart. This would all be an intermediate wave A down here for an expanded flat for A, B, C. This would be an intermediate wave B for a zigzag for an A, B, C. And we're currently in the wave C, or we completed the wave C of the running flat, in which case this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that could have completed this wave C. Now what we want to be looking for is increasing volume, especially if this is a 1, 2. Then upon coming up here for the wave 3, if we do get a move up, we want to be looking for increasing volume to confirm that it's a wave 3. If it's more so steady volume or even decreasing volume, that's more indicative of a correction. So that could simply mean perhaps this wave 2 ended here, and this is a 1, 2, and we're coming down for the third wave for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a possibility. However, that would give us a very short wave 2 compared to this impulse if this is a wave 1. So I more so favor, if this is a wave 2 of this wave C down here, which would end down here, I would more so favor this being an A, B, C to get better symmetry with this wave 1. Now we could also be looking for this to be a 1 here, and this is a 2 here, and this is all an expanded wave 3. But I don't favor it as much because this wave 2 of 1 lesser degree than this wave 2 takes about the same length in time, and also it retraces more than this wave 2. You guys could see it's steeper than this wave 2 of a higher degree. So you don't get the right look there. You want to see this wave 2 being shorter than the wave than this wave 2 right here, which we don't get. So it's hard to say this is wave 2 of a lesser degree than this wave 2. And this is all an extended third wave. I don't favor that as much, but it is a possibility, especially if we start coming down here in an impulse wave and we come all the way down here, then get a corrective move up. Then we could be expecting probably another move down for the wave 3, up for the wave 4, down for the wave 5. Now, this would be a very bearish count to be considering, because in order to come down for the wave 3, we'd be looking for about 1.618 times the length of wave 1 compared to the top of wave 2, which would be about around 23.5K, which actually aligns up perfectly with this order block right here. So that would be a good target to be looking for this wave 3. And we could imagine if the wave 3 bottoms out around 23K, then the wave 5 is probably going to bottom out below 20K, considering the length of this wave 1 to get proper symmetry between the wave 1 and the wave 5. So that would bring us pretty far down for the bottom of this wave C to complete the running, rather than the expanded flat. And it would be a pretty similar story with the other flat count that I showed you guys, in which case this is a wave 1. We're coming up for wave 2. And then in order to come down far enough for the wave 3 to give us room to retrace for the wave 4, we could imagine wave 3 also coming pretty far down, around 23K would be a good target to be looking out for. Below that would be around 18 to 20K. But long story short, that's going to imply that wave C is going to be coming down here pretty far to complete this wave 5. And we know that based on Elliott wave rules, the wave C shouldn't come past the 1.618 of the wave A. So taking the length of wave A and comparing it to the top of the wave B, then we shouldn't be coming past about 22K on log scale. Now, if we go off log scale, it should be pretty similar, around 21K. That should be the low target for this being a wave C of a flat. So that's also something to consider. However, it's not atypical, especially in crypto, for the wave C of a flat to be longer than the 1.618. For example, if this is all an expanded flat right here, we could already see just by eyeballing it, if this is wave A and this is wave C, if this wave C comes past the 1.618, I think it comes to the 2.618 of this wave A. So let's click the 2.618. Yeah, it comes about exactly to the 2.618. So it's certainly possible we could come past the 1.618, but if we do, another option we need to consider is if we zoom out a little bit more, then instead of this simply being the wave C of a flat, it could actually be a much larger zigzag, which is going to look like this: A, B, C, and that would be in the case that this is a 1 up here, down for a 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be a completed impulse wave right here for the wave 5. Now, I don't like it that much because if you zoom into this wave 5, you actually get steady to decreasing volume into the highs of this wave 5, which is not what you want to see in crypto. For the most part, if you go back to wave 5s previously, this was a smaller wave 5, you blow off top. Smaller wave 5, blow off top. For the most part, and even in more macro wave 5s, where we ended this top right here in December of 2017, this was a blow off top where a lot of people probably bought into this high thinking it's going to go higher. They're probably just filling these short orders of larger traders, and then we get a rejection, a decrease down. Then if you go back to 2019, which is over here, you get another blow off top. So overall, for the most part, this does not look very typical of the wave 5 that we would expect in crypto. Because we get decreasing volume into the highs, it looks more corrective for the most part, where this would be an expansive B wave or X wave. So that's what I think is more likely. However, this is a possibility that we did get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or this could also be a 1, 2, 1 here, 2 here, 3, 4, 5. And this would be a much larger correction, because this could be a 1 here, but this could also be a cycle wave 3. So to show you guys, we could have a cycle wave 1 back here, down for a cycle wave 2. This could be a cycle wave 3, 4, 5. However, this could also be a 1, 2, and this could be completing perhaps an extended wave 1. But it could also, this would probably be an extended wave 1 if this were to be part of a wave 3. So we'd be correcting for a wave 2, which would not be unsurprising that we get a zigzag if this is a wave 2. So that's mainly what I wanted to show you guys in this section right here. Just kind of show you guys the implications that we could be looking at, especially if we come down here below this order block, because below this order block, we don't have a lot of support to be looking at towards the downside. So if we happen to fall below this order block, it's more likely we're going to come down here to this region of support down here around 9 to 10K. So it's something we need to keep in mind. You know, there's always going to be a bearish possibility that we have to consider, and we need to know, you know, when to activate, or rather when to start considering it more possible. And right now, like I mentioned, I don't think it's that possible. I don't think it's that likely, but it is possible. So if we do fall down here below this 1.618, especially below this order block right here, and we do get a bottom, you know, somewhere down here, maybe around this order block, we get a rise up on decreasing volume. That could be a signal that this is simply the wave B of a zigzag, as opposed to this being the wave C of a flat. So I'm going to do that once more. This being the wave C of a flat, and this being the start of a impulse wave. So I'm going to zoom into the lower time frame now to show you guys what we could be looking at. You know, could this be a 5-wave impulse, or could we simply be just getting a correction here and we're getting another move down? So I'm going to delete the brush tools. I'm going to go on to the 1 hour chart. And if you guys saw my previous daily updates yesterday or on Monday, then you guys probably already know the counts that I'm looking at. But for the most part, I'll go through them very briefly. And the first one would be saying this is an A, B, C up into these highs right here. And then that would mean that this is probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, this could also be an extended third wave where this is a 1, 2. This is all 3 down here. We're coming up for a 4. We could range in this wave 4 for, you know, days for all we know, and then come down for the wave 5. So there's multiple possibilities, but the point is this is probably going to be an impulse wave down here. Now it could also be a wave B. If this is a wave A up here, as so, and this is a wave B, we might get something like this, A, B, C, or this could simply be the bottom. If this is a zigzag, A, B, C. And then this could be the wave B of a flat, in which case this is an ABC wave A, ABC wave B, as so. Then we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave C, and that could be that could complete expanded flat, or in the case of a running flat, we don't take out these highs right here. That's a possibility we could be looking at right here. Now another possibility we could be considering is that this is all a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And to be honest, I'm starting to not favor this as much. I was telling you guys in my previous daily updates that it seemed to be the most likely, or it was something that I was strongly considering as a possibility. But now it's just hard to get a zigzag, a corrected move out of this section right here. So you can do it. You can say this is a WXY. So if we go back, we can say this was the top. This was the orthodox top, where this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a WXY, so this would be actually an A, B, C to complete a W wave, as so. This would be a wave X, and this would be a wave Y. That's another possibility, but it's just hard to get a corrected move out of this section right here. It is possible, but it doesn't look too pretty. The way we probably have to do it is saying this is a wave A, this might be a wave B, and this is a very funky wave C. But overall, if you guys wanted to see more in-depth analysis on the local time frame, go check out my daily update from yesterday. But for the most part, I'm starting to think this is more impulsive on the way down. Now, we could look at the volume profile to get a gauge of whether this is impulsive or corrective. So on the 1-day chart, we actually got pretty high volume into these lows. That would actually be, let's see, so that would actually be higher than the volume we got on this wave 3, if this is a theoretical wave 3. And it would be a little bit lower than the volume we got in this wave 1. So the volume is definitely not decreasing. It's not super low. So this could be an impulse wave kind of building its way up towards more increasing volume as we kind of make our way down. So that's something we have to kind of pay attention to and look out for. Now, if we zoom out to other time frames, let's take a look. Okay, so the volume into these lows is actually pretty high. So I would not say inherently based on the 4-hour chart or based on the volume profile, we could really tell whether this move right here is corrective or impulsive. But I will say the price action looks a little bit more impulsive for 1, 2, 3, as opposed to this being an ABC, because it makes more sense. This is a wave 3 based on the length of it compared to this wave 1. You know, if it were an ABC, this would be a very long C for a zigzag. So it makes more sense for this to be impulsive, and especially given the recent news that's come out lately, I will say I'm a little bit more bearish, just kind of until I get more further confirmation on what's going on, because this could simply be the first dump down. We might be getting a relief recovery, and then we get more dumps down based on what comes out in the news. So I'm playing it a little bit more cautiously for now, but this could simply be just to throw off retail. You know, there are a lot of people that are fearful right now, so a lot of people were selling into these lows. For all we know, this could have tricked up a lot of retail, and this could be the bottom of this wave 2 if this were a 1-2. I would just say that's a little bit less likely given what we've seen on the price action in the volume. But that's basically what I'm looking at. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video in the Discord server. Take care. Bye.